The Skirts team is back in Inspector Wears Skirts 4 from 1992. This is an 88 Films Blu-ray release. This is the last film in this series. 88 has been releasing these pretty rhythmically as they go along. It's a series that I've come to quite enjoy. These are essentially Hong Kong female police academy movies. That's the easiest shorthand. If that makes any sense to your head, then you kind of understand what we're going at here. It's 93 minutes long, directed once again by Wellson Tien. It features Cynthia, Moon Lee, Sandra, Fung, and James Tien, and it is presented in 2.0 Cantonese with English subtitles and 2.0 English original dub mono, the original English dub in mono. And basically the deal here is that it opens with the original Skirts team. And Skirts is some kind of an acronym that's basically, it's a female special forces unit of the police academy or the police squad or the police force or whatever you want to call it in Hong Kong. And it's basically like a commando raid. They're raiding this building where all these bad guys are. And that's really cool and really fun action. And it's very comedic and silly and very crude. These films are very lowbrow, crude comedy, which again, in line with the police academy movies. Wait till you see the ending of this film. I had to take a photo of the screen of some of the subtitles and send it to friends because some of the dialogue is really unbelievable. Then we get this weird cartoon. I'm not going to tell you the whole story. We get this weird like cartoon drawing montage of whatever became of all of the cast from the original film. Here's what they're doing now. Basically, this is why they're not in the force anymore. This is basically why they're not in this movie anymore. And we open with the graduating class, the fourth graduating class of the Skirt Squad. So it's a whole new group and they're floundering badly and they're not doing well. And they decide to, much like a Police Academy sequel, they decide to try to call back some of the original Skirts team to help get the new recruits in shape and be able to still exist because they're being threatened with disassembly. Not like taking their arms off, but they're being threatened with the program being shut down. So eventually only two of them come back, Sandra being one of them, and we have more training sequences, and it's really funny. We have a spoof, a recurring spoof of Jackie Chan's police story films set in some of the same locations and with some using some of the same music and replicating some of the scenarios from that film, only comedically. It's just really funny. It's really funny, and it's the Skirts are being commanded by this tough female officer who is sort of almost like, she's almost like a G.I. Joe action figure, a G.I. Joe character. She's got like rocket boots and all kinds of gadgets and cool weapons and stuff like that. And she's basically saying, this is the future of the police force. You only need a few people like me. You don't need this whole Skirts team, but I'll try to train you and get you into the best shape you can. And then we'll sort of go toe to toe and see if you guys need to exist anymore. So there's this push and pull with, excuse me, I get choked up when I talk about female police cadets in Hong Kong. So eventually they're called upon to engage in their mission. Now, if you remember me talking about, or if you haven't, go watch the other videos, the other Inspector Wears Skirts films, they didn't always have a mission. They were really mostly training. But this film bookends it nicely. You have a really cool mission at the beginning. You've got some stuff throughout, and then you've got a really big mission at the end. And basically these bad guys that have been going throughout the film, James Tien being the who you would recognize if you watched Bruce Lee movies and a lot of older Hong Kong stuff. He is the head honcho bad guy, and somebody, underling of his, is looking to find the son of the police commissioner who lives and goes to school in this school, and the bad guys take over the school. And the Skirts have to go and try to save the hostages, get the bad guys, all that kind of stuff. So it's a really fun mission where they are doing wacky stuff and they're doing some seriously cool kung fu and pyrotechnics and death-defying stunts and all that. And one of the kids winds up breaking away from the bad guys, and it's essentially like this pseudo-lethal Home Alone that you start seeing happening, where this kid is doing all kinds of crazy booby traps and blowing these guys up in a comedic way. And Sandra is hilarious, as always, in the film. It's very funny, very goofy, excellent action and martial arts, and it ends with a very, very crude joke. About as crude as you can get on a freeze frame, but it's memorable. So extras on this. We have a commentary by Frank Jiang from formerly of Tai Seng Home Video, New York Asian Film Festival, on and on and on. Frank is always cool to listen to, knows his stuff, knows all the actors, knows the history of the actors, the cinema, the culture, the film series. You get a really well-rounded picture of the movie with him. And there's the Hong Kong trailer, original Hong Kong trailer, and then there's a 3-minute still gallery. So let me show you what the package looks like. So keeping in, let me get this focus thing going on. Like the other 88 Films releases, it's got a really cool, nice slipcover there, which slips off to reveal the same artwork, front and back. And then we crack it open and we've got the focus. There we go. We've got the artwork, and we've got a fold-out poster, which is really cool. They do this with most of the 88 Films releases. It's the poster on a really nice, thick cardstock here, and then you flip it over, and it has the original Hong Kong poster on the back. And the inside of the DVD case is a Blu-ray case is the same way. It's a reversible cover with the original poster art on it. So you can look at the original poster art, or you can look at the new poster art, which is pretty gorgeous. Anyway, I love this series. It ended strong. Some film series get worse and worse as they go. Inspector Wears Skirts didn't. I previously had thought maybe number 3 might be the one I like the most. Number 4 is really good. So if you like any of the films in the series, they're all worth seeing. So available now on Blu-ray from 88 Films, The Inspector Wears Skirts 4.